Hi there everybody. Hi there everybody. My name is Ben. I'm one of the advisors on the SAFE team at CFINE Food Bank, and this is part of a series of videos where we're discussing benefits. In this video we're actually going to be discussing applications to personal independence payment. So hopefully you'll find this informative and instructive, and it will help you get along the first steps to applying for your PIP application. So first thing that we're going to consider is, if you're going to apply for PIP, is you should obviously have looked for your doctor and discuss with them what you feel your condition is. Ideally, when applying for PIP, your condition should have persisted for at least 3 months up to the point of your application, and it should be expected to persist for the further 9 months. Now, this here comes from the PIP form. And this is the guidance booklet that eventually does come with it, and this explains the type of evidence that is very useful to take away with you when you're making a PIP application. So types of evidence that you would send away with a PIP application would be, for example, prescription lists for your medication. You would also, if you can have it, doctor's letters, diagnosis from tests that you have taken, and general other things such as discharge letters, for example, if you've unfortunately had to go to hospital. So all of these things will be excellent when it comes time to make your PIP application. Now, obviously, if you can't get a hold of those immediately, don't worry about it. It can take time to get some of these if you have to request it from your doctor, especially during the coronavirus, and that's completely understandable. Okay? Now, again, if you do have to make a request, it may be that your doctor is a private doctor or semi-private doctor, and feels that they need to charge for whatever they're producing for you. That is absolutely fine. It's something that you do have to consider. Now, unfortunately, SAFE and CFINE are a charity. We are not funded to cover client expenses. So it will be up to yourselves when considering, along with our advisor for guidance, whether you feel it might be necessary to pay the fee that your doctor is asking. That's something that we would discuss with you in a one-to-one before we went ahead and requested any medical information. Okay, so once you've got all your medical information and we've discussed it as an advisor and a client, and we've decided that we want to go ahead and make our PIP application, then what we would do is we would go on the government's website where there is the PIP phone call line, and we would call that free phone number. And this would be available from your own phone, or if you are set up with technology, perhaps you have Skype to call from there. What they would do then is they would be looking a very short 10-minute or 15-minute sort of initial application at that stage, and the person at the DWP on the PIP line would be taking your name, your personal details, your address details. They would be taking details of your health condition. They would be taking your national insurance number. They would be requiring you also to have your bank account details ready. That is to say, the details of the bank account that you would like your benefit paid into. And they will store all of that. Now, this is just the initial part of the PIP application. This is part of what could turn out to be a rather long application, so you need to bear that in mind when you go to make the application. Okay. Then from that point, once you've registered that you want to make your application, the PIP form will be then sent out to you. It usually takes 2 weeks to arrive. It is approximately 40-page long form, and that will arrive in the post. And it will have on it, a deadline date. The deadline date is usually 28 days to get that filled in with your medical evidence and return that then to the DWP. Okay, so it's important that you get that form to your advisor as soon as you're able to do so. Okay, don't worry if you are a little bit late, for example, in getting it to your advisor. Our advisors are very good at getting things in on time, but there are only a certain amount of leeway that can be given for late forms, and that's discussed with the DWP at their discretion. So try your best to get it in as fast as you can. Once we have that form in and we have your medical evidence, your advisor would then book an appointment with you. This would be a phone-based appointment to fill out your form. And once the form is completed, we would then send that off, hopefully within the deadline, and that would be your initial PIP application completed. Now, for the remainder from that point, you would be waiting for the DWP's response. It's likely to be between 12 and 16 weeks, especially considering coronavirus. is currently with us for the time being. But obviously your advisor would keep you updated if there was anything that came through for you, and we would be on hand throughout your case to proceed with your application and give you advice. Okay, so as I say, don't be anxious about making an application for PIP. If you have any thoughts or questions, please speak to your advisor beforehand to take their advice and keep your application as smooth as possible. Okay, so we are having other videos coming up about benefits, and we will keep you posted about that. But until then, everybody, remember to stay safe. Thank you very much.